Robin.
Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues as we are continuing my Robin special here on Rob's Rogues. Now that we're kind of approaching the 2-year mark, you would have thought I would have done a Robin special up until this point, but like I said, we are still continuing on. And truth be told, as this is being shot, this is actually the first video I am shooting for the series, as recently just got back from Chicago, and I'm really wanting to get this out of package. I've had him in my possession for about 2 weeks now, and I just didn't have time to film a review when I first got this because I was waiting on a couple of the other figures that by the time you're watching this you will have seen, but I technically haven't filmed yet. Then we went to Chicago, so this is our first day back from Chicago, and I thought, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this video so I can get this guy out of package. But for you guys, this will be the third or fourth. I think this might be the fourth video in the Robin series. You'll see when it all plays together. But this is the Play Arts Kai Batman Arkham City Robin, as you can tell. And this is the first Play Arts figure I have ever owned. So this is going to be a nice little learning curve with me and all you guys at the same time. Some of my YouTube friends out there have been getting some of these Play Arts figures. And then some of my other YouTube friends out there do not have any. So I hope I do this figure justice. Of course, like I said, it is Robin, of course. The first Play Arts that I've owned. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking up any more of these because they are a pricey figure. This is going to be one of the most expensive figures I have bought, with the exception of Darkseid, but I had a little bit of help on the Darkseid figure. But I paid $66 for this, I believe. $66, $67 if I remember correctly. So, an expensive figure. And I don't know much about the Play Arts Kai. If I get the logo down there, I believe this is all out of Japan, because all of the writing there that you can see is all in Japanese, so I can't even begin to tell you what all this says. There is very little English on this. You can kind of see the back of it here. Just some Arkham City images and pictures of the figure on there. There's a Hugo Strange somewhere. There he is, Hugo Strange. In the camera lens, Rob. Then you see the number 4 figure that's coming out is the Dark Knight Returns skin. So the skins that were available in the video game, they're making figures, I assume, out of those skins or for those skins. Says, if I get this in frame here, it says collect all action figures in the series, and then that is about all that it says in English. You see it says over 26 points of articulation, if I get that in frame there. So that's going to be interesting to see if I can find all 26 points of articulation. Let's get this. There's the side panel of it with the traditional Batman Arkham City logo. Since this is the first Arkham City figure that we're looking at, the news of the Batman Arkham Origins is coming out. As you hear a dog barking there, I may have to shut the window. So we'll just do that right now. Apologize for that. Try to have the window open, but there's the inside of this beautiful looking package. Nice little Velcro, which you can kind of see it probably better up here. The Velcro pieces there that keep the box shut. So this will be a nice box if I ever want to package him back up in. So it says Robin. We'll do the read up right here. A mastermind sidekick. The third Robin, Tim Drake, is a brilliant young detective who deduced the true identity of Bruce Wayne himself. As those of the previous 2 Robins, Drake was at Batman's side when he was grieving at the murder of the previous Robin by the Joker. If I read that correctly, I apologize, as I'm still in awe of how this figure looks. And it says, if I can get this in frame here, it says Arkham City, a dark city where criminals swarm within the perimeters of Gotham City, lies Arkham City. Since the election of the new mayor, the whole area has been turned into one big prison, and convicts that were contained in the psychiatric hospital, dubbing as a prison facility Arkham Asylum, of which the mayor was a former warden. Or if I thought I had this out of frame here, a former warden then were moved there. This area is abundant in spread of land, and the criminals are free or have free reign as long as they don't try to escape Arkham City. Once again, the evil has swarmed the town tonight. So as I probably had that completely out of frame as I was trying to read that. So I apologize for that. As I am reading this, I am looking over at this beautiful looking figure. So you can see how he's packaged in there. Really, really nice looking. They just come with a couple accessories, and we'll go over that. So this is the basic packaging for the Play Arts Kai Robin from the Batman Arkham City line, and we will take just a second here for me to pause this and get him out of here, and we'll get a better look at the Play Arts Kai Robin from the Batman Arkham City video game. Hold on, guys. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We're back here, and there is the impressive Robin figure, the Play Arts Kai Batman Arkham City series number 3, or figure number 3. Robin came in this clamshell type package that just opened up, and the pieces were inside here. Nothing was wire tied or shrink wrapped. I was kind of debating opening this on film, but I'm not a big fan of hearing all the plastic crinkling and all that type of stuff. If you have the ability to edit and take things out of plastic, do so. But I have put on some reviews where I haven't done that because I thought, oh, this won't be so bad. But yeah, this would be really nice if I ever want to package him back up. But for quite a while, I think this Robin is going to be standing on my shelf, or actually on my computer, the base of my, or the top part of my computer, for quite some time. You get the packaging out of the way here. A beautiful, beautiful looking figure. Let's get some close up here. So bear with me just a moment as I do some raising of the camera as we're looking at his utility belt here. But a really, really nice figure. Let's look into the head sculpt of this guy. Turn a little extra light here on the camera, if it is on. There we go. Can get up in and around the hood. But just, I mean, look at those eyes. Those eyes are blue and piercing. I mean, I love the way the mask is. And some people have said that he does have some hair. If the camera can see, you might be able to see his hair in there. So as far as I know, this hood does not come off. Sometimes at the Play Arts figures you will get a second head that you could take off and on. That might have been really kind of cool. So I don't know if it's glued up here at the top at all, or it feels like it might be. I'm not gonna risk taking it off to damage my figure. So while we're looking at the head, you can see that the hood is not actually attached to his neck, very much like the DC Collectibles Robin. But having him forward, you really don't notice it that much protruding through. I wish the hood was back just a little bit, so you could see maybe do a little bit of moving this plastic around. I'll be able to open it up, but just such a great amount of detailing, as you probably would expect from the Play Arts and a figure of this size. And we'll go over the scale of the figure, but just a beautiful look to the utility belt, and that goes all the way around. I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not, but on this figure, his pants, most people I thought were black, but they actually are green, much like the Tim Drake of old. It's kind of an amalgamation of Damian and Tim Drake. But I like the Arkham City look. There's the shin guards. It looks like we have a little bit of fuzz on the shin guards. But so very cool. Get Robin to stand back up here. Hopefully he will. Maybe I'll have to lean on the wall. Comes with 2 accessories. Comes with his bow staff. Let's get the camera out here. So here's his bow staff. And if the camera will be able to pick it up, but it does have some of the etching on it like it does in the video game. So you can see like the metal that has been put into it and the R that is in there. And then it looks like there's like the DC Comics, part number on there at DCS13, which is not the video game, but this would be the button that he pushed, and then the rest of the shield would come out of. So I guess you'd call them accessories or interchangeable hands. So you could have two open hands, or have an open hand and a closed fist, if you so choose to do so. Otherwise, I'm losing his hands here. So we'll show how those go on. I'll probably have him with both open hands, or maybe one open hand and one closed hand. Probably this is going to be his staff hand, and the other one could be in his fist. The only thing that it does come with is a set of instructions on how to take the hands off. But since most of it is written in Japanese, I can't read that. Or Chinese, I guess. I really don't know, but it's probably Chinese. It's probably made in China. So I have seen people say that you have to twist and pull to get the hands off. It just says some parts are interchangeable, and that's all it says. It says parts could be attached with figure, so it's not really much a set of instructions, unless it says do not bend or pull a part apart. Always move slowly, even if the joints are stiff. Removable parts are difficult to detach. So great, I paid so much for this, and I'm probably going to break this guy, so let's just do the first things first. Let's try and take off this hand, which they say to twist. There, it comes right off. Whew, not too bad. So we'll get, there we go, one hand in there. So while we're on the subject of hands and everything, let's look at some of the articulation. Let's see if I can find all the articulation points, so bear with me. His head is on a nice ball joint, can go full 360. The hood does hinder it a little bit, but you can get the hood in some good positions. The arms, most of these are on a ratchet of some type, so the arms go out like a pin and socket, but they also have a rotation that moves forward, which is really kind of cool. Even as I was moving this, I thought I felt something break, but it's an articulation point, so you get the arms that go in and out, but there's also the rotation forward, so you can kind of get like the punching going across the shoulder, which is really cool. There is an elbow articulation. You can hear the ratcheting. There is the turn in the hand, and it also pivots as well. That's the same for both arms. There is an upper waist, kind of ab crunch and turn, so you can get him into some nice poses there. I don't believe there is a lower torso turn. Nope, nothing there. Legs go forward. Man, that's clicking sound. It's something I'm not used to. Forward and back. The legs go out. Really cool. Nice Jean-Claude Van Damme style kick there for Robin. The knees are double jointed. I've seen this a couple times, so there's one there. So that's really pretty cool that it's not only moves in here, but it drops down. You have to get a little bit of an extra stance there. So I don't know if this top part actually moves at all. It must not. It's just down in this leg piece here. So it actually bends at the boot as opposed to up here. He has a turn in the foot. And the foot, I believe, is supposed to go, there's a rocker in the toe, or in the front part of the foot, and like it does a full 360. And I thought it did a side to side. I guess it depends there. It goes forward and back, depending which way you have it there. So really cool. I don't know if that was all 26. The cape is kind of slit in a couple pieces. It's not all one cape. I kind of wish it was. But I think had it been one full cape, when you're doing some of these arm poses, the cape might have been blocking it a little bit. Not that you would see the cape from the back. So I know on Batman's cape, you can kind of move the cape in 3 different ways. It pivots to this side and pivots to this side, so you can get this nice big full scoping look to the cape. But this has been a figure I've been dying to get. Has been on the top of my list for quite some time here. Let's get the staff in Robin's hand, which it appears he holds very well. So we'll try to get him in some type of a pose here. Bear with me just for a second. There goes Robin. I'm going to pause the camera again just real quick so I can get him into some poses here. There we go, getting all the articulation points in position, trying to figure out what is the best way to get him posed. There are so many different things you can do to try and get him balanced and get him weighted right so he won't tip or fall over. But this is such a cool figure. Yes, it is on the expensive side. You're pushing $70 for this figure, depending on where you get it. And if you buy it online, you're going to pay for shipping and all those other fun little things. But if you can find them in your comic book stores, that might be the best place for you to pick them up without having to, push the $70 mark. Again, that just, depends how and where you're picking these figures up. I know some of you do have the Batman figure, and he looks great. I would like to think I would pick up Batman, but I can pretty much say with a great amount of certainty that I am probably not going to. I was really trying to get him in some dynamic pose here, but I couldn't quite get it there. Maybe after I get the review done, I'll have some stills that will be following after this. So we'll try and get Robin put back here in a standard pose here. I got the other hand on while I was getting him posed. So bear with me just a moment here. If I get him to stand on his own, this table is a little uneasy, so that's part of my problem with this figure. So there we go. Let's bring up the other Robins that we have received from Arkham City at this point. There's the Mattel Robin from the 2-pack to give you a little bit of a size, and then the DC Collectibles Robin from DC Collectibles, DC Direct, and you can kind of see all the differences in these 3 Robin figures. And something I had said, if they could just put all the best pieces of each of these Robins, I think you'd have a perfect Robin. Well, you do. He's just in a very much larger scale there. But just such a cool piece. This is one of the big pieces in my collection that I'm going to be very much displaying. I still like the Mattel figure quite a bit, and I like the DC Collectibles, but the Play Arts figures, I think, just did a really good job of kind of putting these 2 figures together and giving us one big Robin figure. And of course, he's not going to be standing on a shelf with my DC UC figures or my DC Collectible figures because he's going to be out of scale. He'll just be on a different shelf or a different part of my room altogether, just kind of giving him his own focal point, which I think he very much deserves. And to kind of give you another size comparison here, we'll move these 2 guys off. Let's bring up Darkseid from the Justice League DC Collectibles so you can see the size of these 2 guys together. And there is Darkseid and Robin both together. Of course, Darkseid's head is not even in frame here. We'll see how high we can go to actually get up to Darkseid's head. So that gives you an approximation of the size of Robin if you're using Darkseid as a comparison. Of course, the Justice League figures only barely come up to his belt or his crotch area. So I'll let you know just about how big Robin is in comparison to some of the other figures. And Batman is just a little bit taller, obviously, than Robin as well. So we'll move Darkseid out of the way. Don't drop him on my foot and break a toe. Anybody that has Darkseid and knows that about Darkseid. Such a massive figure. But this is probably, to date, one of my favorite figures that I have. There is one more Robin figure that I'm considering my holy grail Robin figure that I finally got a hold of. But this is going to be right up there with one of my top Robin figures. He's going to look great standing on top of my computer for quite a while. I may give him his own shelf. Something I didn't point out, the trunks and utility belt are one piece in and of themselves, much like the plastic on the cape here. It's a soft kind of rubbery plastic. It doesn't do a whole lot. There's no articulation in it. And like I said, there's just some pieces up here that just move. You can kind of see one of the joints up there that it's hiding Robin's joints with this extra part of the cape. First I thought that was going to bother me, that the cape is actually in 3 pieces, even though it's technically not supposed to be. It was made that way just so you can move the figure's arms around and whatever and what have you. But yeah, this is going to be one of these pieces that I just have on my shelves for probably forever. Just a great piece to the collection if you're a Batman fan. Of course, if you're a Robin fan, this is going to be one that you're going to want to pick up. But if you're having some of the other Arkham City Play Arts figures, this is going to be a great addition to that set. And me being a Robin fan, I could not pass picking up this figure. Trying to get all the points on this figure that I possibly can to show all of you guys. Again, I just think this face sculpt on Robin is just fantastic. A great and almost exact likeness from the video game. I think they nailed this face sculpt, and even the mask, you can see how high the points go up in there. Just a great, great looking figure, and I am so very happy and proud to finally have this Robin to be added to my collection. So today we've been taking a look at the Play Arts Kai Robin from the Batman Arkham City video game series that they put out. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. The time I spent in Chicago for about a week, I had this Robin for about 2 weeks, and I was just dying to get home and shoot this video. And now I can go back and shoot the other videos that will be uploaded before this one. So this is going to be the 4th in the series of the Robin. Let's see, 4 fingers there. There we go. That I'm going to show. So somebody may be asking, Rob, what is the other figure that you could possibly have that's going to beat out this guy? And I'll explain once I get to it. I think some people may say this might be the best of all the figures that I'm going to show. But this one and the next one are going to be a tie for me. But this is a very good figure. I'm just kind of gushing over this figure quite a bit. So if you're a Batman fan, I highly recommend it. And especially if you're a Robin fan, this is going to look great on your shelves. So today we've been taking a look at the Play Arts Kai Robin from the Batman Arkham City collection. This is figure number 3 out of the set. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off saying we will see you guys next time.